Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to take you through the kind of mindset that you should build when you are preparing for your PMP exam. And this video is focusing more on the agile mindset that you should have when you go through the PMP exam. So I'm going to use this agile practice book, which I suggest you should always have it. You can also download it from the PMI website. It's going to help you to understand purely on agile methodology. So this kind of mindset is going to help you to eliminate a lot of answers or wrong answers in the PM exam, and then you can also use them also to select the correct answer. So practice question number 1. A customer wants to see progress early, but the team says the full product will take several months. What should the agile project manager encourage? So this is our question here. What is supposed to be encouraged by the agile project manager? Okay, what is our problem statement here? A customer wants to see progress early. So there's a customer who wants to see progress early, but the team is saying it's going to take several months. Okay, so let us go through the answers now. Okay, so ask the customer to wait until the final release. So the moment you start using the word wait, it means you're going to delay the project. So we don't take this one as an answer. Deliver small increments and gather feedback frequently. Agile is about delivering small increments, so we can leave this one for now. Freeze all requirements until the end of the project. Freeze all requirements until the end of the project. You don't freeze requirements in an agile environment, so this cannot be the answer. Replace the customer with a more patient customer. Never replace or fire anyone in a project environment. So making B the best answer in this scenario. So B is the best answer. And what is our reference to the practice guide in Agile? We are talking of Agile Manifesto, okay, and early continuous delivery, which is on page 8 up to page 10, right? So the guide links Agile thinking to customer satisfaction, early delivery, and also frequent feedbacks, which is very, very important in an Agile environment. So the mindset that you have to apply here is you need to deliver value early and do not wait for perfection before learning. So the moment you deliver value, the moment you also get feedback from the customer, you learn a lot and then you improve in the next iteration. Making B the best answer because Agile favors early, suitable value and feedback over delayed Big Bang delivery, which is for predictive. Making B the best answer. Practice question number 2. Requirements are changing as users learn more from each product demo. What is the best agile mindset? So what is our problem statement? We have requirements that are changing as users they see more of the product demo. Okay, so let's go through the answers now. A, treat all change as scope creep. This is agile. We don't treat changes as scope creep. You accept changes up to the end. All right. Then B, welcome useful change that improves customer value. Makes sense. The word welcome changes. In Agile, you accept changes even up to the last minute. Then C, stop demos until requirements stabilize. You don't stop demos. Demos are very important, especially if you want to get more understanding of the customer requirements. So making this one incorrect answer. Ask the team to ignore the user feedback. You don't ignore user feedback. This is where you use the user feedback in Agile environment to learn, making this an incorrect answer. So the best answer here is B. You need to welcome useful changes that improves customer value. This is very important in an Agile environment. So even if the requirements are changing, okay, because of the demo, you still need the right mindset of welcoming changes in an Agile environment, making B the best answer. So what is our Agile practice guide reference? We are still looking at Manifesto and also Agile Mindset, which is page 8 up to 11. So what does it say, the Manifesto? It says, Agile values responding to change and uses feedback to refine understanding. So you can use either a prototype or a demo just to make sure that at least you understand the requirements of the customer. So what is the best mindset to use here? Is change is information, not automatically a threat. So in an agile environment, it's different from predictive. Change is actually more information that is coming in. You're making the product better as compared to predictive, where it's considered to be a threat. Okay. So B is the best answer because agile teams, they use change, okay, to protect value and also to improve outcomes, making B the best answer. Practice question number practice question number 3. The team is blocked by a dependence outside its control. Okay. What should the servant leader do first? Do first is very important. We want to get more information. So what is our problem? Our team is being blocked. There's a dependence that they cannot control. Okay. So what should the servant leader do first? First one, blame the team during a retrospective. You don't blame the team in any environment, whether agile or predictive. In this agile environment, you don't blame the team during a retrospective. So making this an incorrect answer. B, remove or escalate the impediment through the right path. I like this one. Servant leader is supposed to remove impediments. Let's see the other answers. C, tell the team to work around it without support. You need, as a servant leader, you're supposed to support your team. So making this one incorrect answer. Cancel the iteration immediately. You don't cancel the iteration because there's a blocker. You remove the blocker, making this incorrect answer. Therefore, the best answer here is B. Okay. So there's a blocker, okay, where the team cannot control. So as a servant leader, what you have to do first is to make sure you remove or escalate the impediment through the right path so that it's removed. So what is our reference to our agile practice guide here is servant leadership empowers the team, which is on page 33 up to 36. And what does it say? The guide describes servant leadership as people who support the team. They remove impediments and they also enable progress. So in this case, you are removing impediments. You are also allowing progress to proceed. So what is the best mindset here? The best mindset here is to save the team by clearing the path. So how do you clear the path? You remove all impediments. Making B the best answer because agile leadership focuses on enabling the team rather than commanding or even blaming them, making B the best answer. Practice question number four. During a daily stand-up, the project manager asks for detailed status reports from every person. What should be emphasized instead? Okay, what should be emphasized instead? So what is our problem statement here? During a daily stand-up, the project manager is asking for detailed status reports from every person, right? So we need the agile mindset in this. And the difficulty here is classified as easy, all right? So let's go through the answers now. A short team coordination conversations focused on progress, plans, and also impediments. This one makes sense. B, a 1 hour reporting meeting for management. So the issue here is about team, not about management. So definitely this cannot be the answer. A technical design review for all user stories. The issue is not about user stories, okay? This is only a daily stand-up meeting, which is a very important component of agile methodology. But you're asking for detailed reports, right? So the technical review and design does not help in this situation. So this one does not answer the question. A meeting only for the project manager to assign tasks. In an agile environment, project manager is supposed to leave the team to have what is called self-organizing team, making this an incorrect answer. So the best answer here is A. Okay. So why is A? We have a daily stand-up meeting. Project manager is asking for status report from every person, which is not normally a good environment in a project environment. So what are they supposed to emphasize? They're supposed to emphasize a short team coordination conversation, okay, focused on progress, plans, and also removing impediments, which is exactly what has to be done when it comes to daily stand-up. So what is our practice guide reference is the daily stand-up meetings, which is on page 55. Okay. And what does it say? The guide frames daily stand-ups as brief coordination events, not long commanding control reporting sessions. All right. And what is the best mindset to use here? You use ceremonies, okay? You use ceremonies for the team alignment, not performance interrogation. So you don't have to interrogate people. You're supposed to use it as ceremonies. Making A the best answer because stand-ups, they help the team synchronize and also expose impediments quickly. This is very important. Making B the best answer. Practice question number 5. A stakeholder says the latest increment does not solve the real business problem. What should the agile team do? Okay. What are they supposed to do? What is our problem statement? We have a stakeholder who is saying the latest increment does not solve the business problem. All right. So let's go through the answers now. A, defend the increment because it matches the original plan. We do projects for our customers and stakeholders. So defending does not help in this situation, making this an incorrect answer. Use the feedback to refine the backlog and the next priority. This is very important. Customer feedback is very important. So I'll leave this one for now. C, ignore the stakeholder until the final release. Never ignore a stakeholder. You manage, engage stakeholders throughout the project. So this cannot be the answer. Stop all work until every requirement is final. You don't stop work in a project environment. You look for solution, you remove impediments, you engage your stakeholders, and so on and so forth, making this incorrect answer. So the best answer here is B. Okay. So we have a stakeholder who is saying that the latest increment does not solve the business problem. Okay. So we use that feedback from the stakeholder to refine the backlog and also our next priorities in the next iteration. And what is our practice guide reference? Demonstrations reveal backlog refinement, which is page 52 to 57. The guide connects demos, reviews, and backlog refinements to customer feedback and learning. So you should be able to get feedback from customer, then you learn from there. The best mindset to use here is feedback changes the next best step. Feedback, it gives you an opportunity to learn so you can make it better in the next iteration. Making B the best answer because agile teams, they should adapt the backlog based on evidence and stakeholders and user feedback. Making B the best answer. Practice question number 6. A product owner wants to prioritize a lower cost feature that delivers high customer value. What should the team support? Okay. So you have a product owner here who wants to prioritize a lower cost feature, which means on the backlog, they don't want to put a high value feature that delivers high value customer value. Okay. What are the answers here? So A, prioritizing by value and learning. Okay, makes sense. Prioritizing is very important here by value and learning. Then prioritizing only by who requested the feature. This is not how you prioritize the backlog in an agile environment. You don't do it by who requested, but by value, making this incorrect. Completing every low value item already documented. You don't need to complete everything. You must start with something that is going to give high value. D, avoid reprioritization during the project. You don't avoid the reprioritization. It has to be done, especially after every iteration or especially when a new requirement has been added to the backlog. You also need to prioritize it. So making A the best answer in this scenario. So A is the best answer. Even if it's a lower cost feature, but it's going to give a higher customer value, which is very important. So the difficulty here is actually easy, right? And what is our reference to the practice guide? The backlog preparation and also refinement, which is page 52 to 54. So the guide treats backlog as ordered work, okay, that can be refined as more is actually being learned. So the best mindset for this particular scenario or question is you need to maximize value, not volume, okay? So A is the best answer because agile teams, they keep the most valuable work visible and also ready for delivery, making A the best answer. Practice question number 7. The team has repeated quality issues at the end of each iteration. What should the agile project manager encourage? Okay. So our problem here is we have a team which is having repeated quality issues at each and every end of each iteration. So what should the project manager encourage? So let's go through the answers now. A, wait for the final release to test quality. Okay. All right, wait for the final release. But the moment you start waiting, you end up delaying the project. So this is unlikely going to be the answer. Then B, build quality practice into every iteration. Makes sense. Quality must be built throughout the project. C, ask the customer to find the defects after go live. Asking the customer to find defects after go live, it might be very expensive. What if the defect is going to force you to recreate all the other deliverables? So making this one an incorrect answer. Then D, reduce collaboration to save time. You don't reduce collaboration. In an agile environment, you're actually supposed to increase collaboration, making B the best answer in this scenario. Okay? Because there are quality issues, repeated quality issues. So the best that you can do is to build quality, okay, in every iteration. That will address this. So this is what the project manager is supposed to encourage. And what is our practice guide reference? Working product execution practice, okay, which is page 60 to 61. And what does it say? Agile practice emphasize frequent verification, okay, working product, and also continuous attention to quality. And the best mindset that you could apply in this particular scenario is quality is built in and not inspected, okay? It's not inspected at the end. Okay, so you should have quality activities from the beginning of the project all the way up to the end, even from the beginning of the iteration all the way up to the end of the iteration. Making B the best answer because agile delivery depends on usage increments, okay, and also continuous quality discipline, making B the best answer. Practice question number 8. A sponsor wants a predictive plan even though the requirements are unclear and likely to change. What should the project manager do? Okay, so what is our problem statement here? We have a sponsor who wants a predictive. We have an agile project, but the sponsor, they want a predictive plan, even though the requirements are unclear. Okay, so we have unclear requirements, which makes agile the best methodology, and they are also likely going to change. So let's go through the answers. Use predictive delivery without discussion. You see, you're already using agile, so they want predictive, but the requirements are likely going to change. So predictive, you know the scope earlier, and then you manage changes through the change management process, making this one an incorrect answer. B, explain uncertainty and tailor the life cycle accordingly. This one makes sense. Once you start tailoring, it means based on the situation, the project context, then you can also tailor according to the project context. Then C, reject the sponsor's consent and start coding. Never reject anything in a project. Analyze it, look at the best option. So making this one incorrect. Stop the project until every detail is known. You don't stop the project. I can tell you from experience, you will never know every detail in a project until you start and then you start resolving one by one. So making B the best answer in this scenario. So you need to explain uncertainty to the sponsor, okay? You also need to tailor the life cycle accordingly. You don't just go to predictive because we're told to go to predictive. You need to tailor it accordingly. So what is our practice guide reference? We have uncertainty, risk, and life cycle selection, which is on page 15 to 17. And what does it say? It links high uncertainty and changing requirements to iterative, incremental, or in general, agile approach. So agile approach is the best for this one. So you tailor it. Then the best mindset. The best mindset is to tailor the approach to uncertainty. Uncertainty is just the same as risk. So you tailor it according to uncertainty. Making B the best answer because the development approach should fit the nature of the work and not personal preferences, which is coming from the sponsor. Making B the best answer. Practice question number 9. A team completes an iteration but there is no working increment to show. What's the concern here? Which means we have a team that has completed an iteration, but they have no working increment to show to the user. Okay? So let's go through the answers. Agile progress is best measured by usable product. Okay, so makes sense. You need a usable product in Agile. Then B, the team should only report hours worked. This does not make sense in this particular scenario. If you have nothing to show, you cannot just report your hours. C, documentation is always the only progress measure. This is incorrect. You can document, but there's no product. How is it going to help the customer? Making this one incorrect. A demo is unnecessary in Agile project. A demo is very necessary in Agile project. It helps you to get more information. It helps you to gather more requirements from the customer. Making A the best answer in this scenario. So Agile progress is best measured by usable working product. So that is why they are concerned. They have nothing to show, no working increment to show. It means there's no usable product. So that is their concern here. What is the Agile practice reference that we have here? Agile Manifesto Principles and Working Product, okay, which is on page 8 up to 10. What is the best mindset to have here? You need to show working value, not just activity. This is very important. In an Agile environment, you need to show something that is giving value to the customer than just to show a list of activities. Making A the best answer, because Agile measures progress through delivered and also usable increments. So making A the best answer. Agile progress is best measured by usable working product. Practice question number 10. The team is pressured to add 3 agent features to the current iteration, and it has already started. What should the Agile leader do? Okay, so what is our problem statement? The team is pressured to add 3 agent features to the current iteration after it has already started, right? That is our problem. So let's go through the answers now. Automatically add the work and demand over time. The word demand is actually spoiling this, and the word automatically is actually spoiling this. There's nothing automatic in an Agile environment, making this one incorrect answer. Then B, collaborate with the product owner and team to assess priority, capacity, and impact. I like this. The moment you start collaborating, the moment you're also assessing impact, it makes sense. Then C, reject the request without discussion. You don't just reject requests in an Agile project, making this one incorrect answer. Hide the request until the next retrospective. You don't hide anything. A project manager or an Agile manager is supposed to be transparent and honest, making this one incorrect. So the best answer here is B. So B is the best answer. You need to assess capacity and also impact, and also you need to collaborate with product owner, who is responsible for features in the backlog. What is our reference in the Agile practice, guys? Is iteration planning and backlog refinement, which is on page 52 to 60. What does it say? Agile emphasizes planning around capacity, refining backlog as conditions also change. This is very important. And the best mindset in this scenario is to protect the team focus whilst you are staying value responsive, which means you're focusing on value and you are protecting the team focus. Making B the best answer, because agent change should be assessed, which is very important, transparently with a product owner. Product owner is the owner of the features and all the changes. So you must be transparent and understanding with the product owner. Making B the best answer. If you want me to create more videos based on what we have covered in this video, you can reach out to me or you can let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.